This year is the 35th anniversary of the original appearance of the Rocketeer by Dave Stevens in the comic books in 1982. So for the 35th anniversary, I am co-curating a group art show at Creature Features in Burbank.
What?
Not Burbank adjacent, in Burbank.
Actually, really
in
what?
Burbank.
Yeah.
Creature Features with Taylor White, and so it'll be a group art show.
Hi everybody, Jack here with Toy Geeks on location. And we are here at Creature Feature on the corner of Magnolia and Catalina in lovely Burbank. Glendale adjacent, not really, it's in Burbank. And we're here for the Rocketeer show. It's a group art tribute to Dave Stevens. Beautiful stuff inside. But I think before we go in there, the sun's in my eyes right now. Let's go in the store and check that out. So now that we're at the store, oh, there you are. First thing I got to show you guys, this store is really, really cool. It's got art everywhere you see. Anyway, let's check out the store. Lots of cool stuff here. If you are a fan of anything movies, classic monsters, special effects, makeup, practical effects, toys, trading cards, DVDs, movie posters, soundtracks, toys, everything the Toy Geeks stand for, everything that makes our lives worth living is in this store. It's a beautiful place to be, and there's something for everybody. There's always something to look at, something new, something collectible, every price range you can think of, prints, original art, and every once in a while they have an event. So you guys got to actually sign up for their newsletter or just follow them on Facebook and get in the know of the events. The art just spews from this place. It's beautiful. Can you believe this? This was from the 30th anniversary of Ridley Scott's Legend. I don't know about you guys, but I love me some soundtracks. And they have soundtracks from some of the movies that are actually hard to find, and some soundtracks that are actually even signed. I could be here for days, but let's actually go look at what we came here to see, which is the Rocketeer show. Right behind me, in this curtain, which is closed right now, but we can go in because we're the Toy Geeks. And Ben and George are inside, and I think Ben's got some stuff to show you. Come on.
Hey everyone, we are here before the crowds get here at Creature Feature for the Rocketeer Tribute Show. And we have got some amazing art for the show dedicated to the one and only Rocketeer and its creator. So we've got art featuring artists like Chet Zar, to Luke Flowers, to sculptors like Diane Crowley, and customizers from all over the industry providing amazing art for this tribute show. Pieces range in price from as low as $50 to $5,000 to original pieces. During the show, we also have pieces on display but not for sale from the actual collection of the creator of Rocketeer, which is Dave Stevens. Dave, of course, cannot be here, unfortunately, but we have family members that have brought pieces from his archive to display for Rocketeer fans. What if the Rocketeer helmet was made by our good friends in the Soviet Union? So this amazing piece by Josh Cameron, who did an amazing job with making a Soviet rendition of the Rocketeer helmet. For our first interview, we're going to ask this gentleman over here which piece is his favorite. And what do you think of the art show in general? All right. Well, thank you very much. One of the most amazing things on display at the show, aside from the amazing art from original artists, from these artists, is original pieces by Dave Stevens of the Rocketeer. These, unfortunately, are not for sale. They're only strictly on display. But for any Rocketeer fan, this is an amazing thing to see in person. So not everyone can afford an original art piece from this event, even though they are priced very reasonably. Up on this wall, we see that we have multiple prints available of some of the original pieces. So if you can't get your hands on the one-of-a-kind original, you can still get your hands on some of the limited edition prints based off of the originals being sold during the show. What people don't understand is that The Rocketeer was before all the other superhero movies. This movie was before Iron Man. This movie was before the Avengers. This movie was before Spider-Man. This is the original superhero. And he came from the 1940s. So with the technology of the time, and of course the world in crisis due to the Nazis and everything going on for World War II, what better time for this superhero to show up, a real American superhero that we can all love. That's what The Rocketeer is all about. For fans of the movie, you may remember that Jennifer Connelly was actually in the film. This is one of her first films, very young Jennifer Connelly. What a lot of people don't know is that she was supposed to be based off the pinup artist Betty Page. So you'll notice that a lot of her looks in the film are based off of the actual 1940s pinup. The show is going to be running until the end of April here at Creature Feature, so if you didn't make it down, make your way down to Burbank, stop by, check out the amazing works here, and hopefully you will have a newfound love for everything that is The Rocketeer. All right, guys, I think we're done looking at all the art. Now let's get to the real artists behind this stuff. Here's George to interview some of these amazing guys that have brought the show together for you. Take it away, George.
All right, guys, I'm here with Jay Michael, one of the artists in the show, and let's talk about your piece.
Hey, George.
We're standing in front of this. What do we got here?
This is Lothar. This is a cameo that I did. It's one of them antique style cameos. I did this master in Sculpey. The original cameos were done in a stone that had these two shades of color in the stone. So they would carve the face just into the white part of the stone, then they would carve the background into the color. So I wasn't about to take on all that.
That sounds like a hard thing to do.
Yeah, definitely. I wouldn't even be able to find
2
the
months.
stones.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So I carved the master in Sculpey, and then I made a mold on it, and then I cast the copies in urethane resin, but I used 2 kinds of urethanes. I used a clear urethane, and then I used a clear urethane with white tint in it. So I mixed up 2 batches, and by strategic pouring, I got this swirl effect. So you see like the ribbons of clear in the white, and then I did a wash over it with a reduced version of the background color to kind of imply the translucency of the white part of the carving.
That's great. It really looks like a stone marbling effect with that.
Yeah.
Really nice job. And then what about the gold piece around? Is that an antique brooch piece, or is that something you could still buy today?
That's something you can find today. I found that on Etsy.
Fantastic. And you actually have another piece in the show. You're an overachiever, and you did 2.
Totally.
Should we go look at the other one?
Absolutely.
All right. And here we are at your second piece, a full-size helmet.
Yes.
So tell me about this one a little bit.
This is the Rocketeer helmet that the Nazis would have made. This is in the propaganda film, the animated propaganda film that was in the movie that they're showing, like, we can't let the Germans get a hold of this rocket technology because this is what they're going to do. So they have this short, brief shot, like 2 shots maybe of this helmet, and that's what I had to go on. And it was animated too, so the anatomy is not really perfect, so I had to fill in the gaps off of one angle. So that was really difficult making it work on my face. I started with a cardboard template and then made out the lines about where they'd fall on where my head sat inside the helmet, where my chin was. And then once I had a nice template for this piece and fit in with the helmet, that's a replica German World War II helmet that I had brass plated. And so then once I had the cardboard template fit in, then I went ahead and started cutting and folding the brass.
So this is something you can actually wear.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's fully wearable. And I had a hunch that someone might want to just wear that helmet as a motorcycle helmet. So I made all this removable. The lens, the faceplate, that's all removable. And someone could, if they wanted to be that flamboyant, wear it on their motorcycle.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for taking a moment with Toy Geeks. I appreciate it. And
pleasure.
great pieces.
Thanks, man.
All right, we're here with Dan Crawley, the curator, one of the curators of the show, and he invited me to be in it, so thank you, Dan.
Thanks.
You might remember him from episode 3 of our Toy Geeks show. So, Dan,
Yeah.
let's show people what you did here. Tell us a little about what you have here in the show.
This is a replica of the Jetpack, the Cirrus X3 from the film. I guess the thought was to try to make it as accurate as possible to what was in the film, but actually kind of up it a little bit, make it almost, you see a lot of movie props in real life, and they're kind of a little bit off or just kind of made just to get that shot, whatever it is. So this is kind of my attempt to make it, maybe a little step above that. So it's aerospace epoxy. It's actually plated with nickel. The cones are plated separately with gold. Most of it's metal. Whatever isn't metal is aerospace epoxy. A lot of the stuff that was hard was sourcing all the real, the hardware, like bushings and like hoses. These are actually period correct from the 30s. This is actually how they would have had gas hoses back then, where it would have been with actually tinned copper braided shielding. They didn't have things like stainless steel braided shielding back then, and so tried to make it kind of as accurate as I could to something as close to a real jetpack without flying.
Now, we're going to overlook the fact that you didn't put the gum on there.
Yeah.
But you did make it more than it looks like.
You can't put a bumper sticker on a Bentley, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to have a piece of gum right in the middle of this thing. It's too pretty.
All right, now it also works. It doesn't fly, but
it works.
does.
It works a little bit. So the fan works. There's lights. There's a fog machine installed, but I don't want to fog everybody out. But you hit the button, fires up. There's lights and sounds. The fog would come out of here, and basically the fog firing through the middle of the LEDs would make it look like it's actual fire. And the sounds are synced up, so that when you kill it, power's down, and it's all synced up. So, yeah.
Fantastic. Really nice work, Dan. And again, thank you for having me in the show.
Thanks,
and
man.
Thank you for helping
thanks for
put
your
this on.
contribution, of course.
And let's go talk to some more people. All right, here we are with Scott Ramirez. This is the artist behind these 3 pieces here and this little story. So tell me a little bit about this, Scott. What's going on?
Well, I love the movie The Rocketeer, and I was most fascinated, I think, by the animation where they talk about the Nazis spreading through. So I've always really liked that part of the story. So I took that story and kind of blew it out as though it really had occurred in an alternate timeline sense. So I made it up like the Nazis actually got a rocket pack, and they ended up using it trying to destroy American bombers at the end of the war. So.
And what's with the Project White Angel story? What's the story behind that?
Well, that's just my version. That's that title I put for the continued alternate timeline.
Okay.
So Project White Angel would have been the German version of using the rocket pack to develop an attack against incoming American bombers.
How effective do you think a guy flying up next to a ship would be?
Not at all. Horrible. No, it would have been a disaster. Because see, at the end of the war, the Germans were already using these rocket-powered little aircraft trying to destroy bombers, and that didn't go well either. It didn't go well for these guys. And no, it would have been a horrible catastrophe. But desperate times, desperate measures,
and it's fun to think what if,
and
right?
it's fun to think what if. That's one of my favorite things. So,
awesome. Well, thanks for joining us.
My pleasure.
And thanks for having a piece
sure.
in the show.
Thank you so much.